political maneuver because let's say my income tax rate is 30%.
Yeah.
And
say it quick.
Then if I collect Social Security, I pay a 30%.
That's the tax law. You've got the Lars Larson Show.
The most news, traffic, and weather 24/7. On air, online, mobile. Stay connected with FM News 101 KXL.
Good afternoon. It's 2:30. I'm Jeremy Scott. The trial of the man who wanted to blow up Pioneer Square during the Christmas tree lighting 2 years ago is set to begin in January, and a terrorism scholar will be called on by the defense.
Terrorism expert Mark Sageman, who is currently working in Afghanistan, will spend some time in the courtroom talking about Mohammed Mahmoud and his possible intentions. Lewis and Clark law professor Tung Yin says Sageman was an interesting choice. His outlook lines up with Mahmoud's so-called plan.
You would think that the Mohammed case, if the allegations the government has presented are true, that really validates Sageman's theory that here you have somebody who wasn't selected by Al-Qaeda to carry out any sort of attack, but who just allegedly came up with it after talking with, sort of had these ideas on his own and then tried to get in touch with a friend who put him in touch, or tried to put him in touch with another person.
And right on down the line it went. We will definitely hear more on this at the beginning of the new year at the start of the trial. Rosemary Reynolds, FM News 101.
Your closing bell numbers: the Dow was up 107 points today. The Nasdaq gained 24. The S&P 500 took home 11. FM News 101 traffic looks pretty good right now for the most part as you make your way throughout town. In fact, everywhere there's no problems to tell you about whatsoever. No accidents, no stalls, nothing to stand in your way. Even major road work if you're out and about and you see something that's causing you to tap the brakes. You can call us toll free at 877-788-4KXL. Banfield 205 on the east side, 26 and 217 on the west side, and I-5 right through the heart of it all is a good drive for you. Traffic brought to you by Garmin. Drive with good cheer. Nuvi is here. This holiday gift-giving season. Give a Garmin. Portland's most weather 24/7.
Spotty rain becoming breezy to windy, and then especially at the coast tonight where the wind will really pick up, and overnight will be pretty darn windy. I'm KGW News Channel 8 meteorologist Nick Allard for FM News 101.
Cloudy and 46, Portland and Salem. I'm Jeremy Scott. We pay cash weekly for the best news tips. So when you see it happen, please pick up the phone and call us. Toll free 877-788-4KXL.
I've been shopping with Northwest Armory for all my gun needs for more than a decade. Hey, it's Lars for my favorite gun shop, Northwest Armory. These guys are truly Portland's premier gun shop. The customer service over the top. The staff is friendly, and they really know their stuff when it comes to guns and ammo. In fact, I picked up 3 new guns last week. One of the top-selling guns for concealed carry at Northwest Armory is the Ruger LCP. I carry one. The LCP is a compact, lightweight pistol in .380. It's great for concealed carry. In fact, I have one that I got at Northwest Armory. It weighs 9.4 ounces, fits easily in your pocket, holds 6 + 1 rounds. The Ruger LCP is made in the U.S., and Northwest Armory has them in stock for $289.99. That's $289.99 for a top-selling made-in-the-U.S. pistol. Call them up today at 503-654-7974. 503-654-7974. Online, nwarmory.com, or on McLaughlin just north of the Bomber, and tell them Lars sent you.
Bad credit card debt happens to good people. Credit card companies lure you in with low introductory rates or low minimum payments, and before you know it, you owe thousands of dollars in credit card debt. It has happened to millions of good people just like you. But here's the good news. Thanks to a powerful program now approved, anyone with $2,000 or more in credit card debt can cut their credit card payments up to half, and even reduce or eliminate interest charges altogether. That's right. Our nationwide nonprofit program is helping U.S. residents cut their credit card payments. Call 800-820-9530 now. The call and information are free. We've helped over 500,000 people with their credit card debt, and now we can help you. Call 800-820-9530 to see how this powerful nonprofit program can work for you. Bad credit card debt happens to good people. Get free of credit card debt today. Call 800-820-9530. That's 800-820-9530. Again, 800-820-9530.
Wow, I have an amazing deal to tell you about today. It's from redenvelope.com, and it's going to make holiday shopping so easy. You're going to definitely want to hear this. For a limited time, practically everything at redenvelope.com is 25% off when you use this promo code 3333. Now, if you haven't heard, Red Envelope offers hundreds of unique, thoughtful gifts, like one-of-a-kind jewelry, electronics, even cashmere. Oh, it's incredible. Now,
Lars and Joe, 36 minutes after the hour, defending young Christmas tree entrepreneurs everywhere, and now representing the bad guys in this drama, Clark County Commissioner Mark Bull. How you doing, Commissioner Bull?
Fine. How you doing, Lars?
Well, I'm doing fine, except our young friend who's running the Christmas tree lot says the county is all over her. And let's get one thing out of the way. The reason she came to the attention of county code enforcement is because of a competitor?
Yes, it is.
Do we know who the competitor is?
No, I don't.
Do we know if the competitor has any ties to or family members working for the county?
I have no idea. Code enforcement would know, but I'm not code enforcement, so they would know that.
All right.
Probably.
I appreciate you sending over the copy of the county code. What part of it is she violating?
Actually, what happened is that she violated Christmas tree lot holiday-related seasonal sales are exempt from commercial districts, but they're not exempt from residential districts.
They're exempt, so they'd be exempt in a commercial district, but not residential. How does the Christmas tree lot across the street from her get away with it?
It's in a commercial district across the street.
So it's literally across the street, and one side of the street is commercial, and the other side is residential.
Right.
Can you cut her a break?
Well, I tell you, this is what we've done. Essentially, Clark County allows ag in every district. We allow ag in residential districts.
Agriculture, right?
Agriculture.
Yeah, isn't Christmas trees agriculture? I know you don't eat them, but they are a bona fide organic product, I think, even in the view of some of the greenies out there.
Yeah. So within our code, we allow farm stands for ag in every district. Within our code, there's a certain part that we took out Christmas tree stands from ag, even though I believe Christmas trees aren't ag in the state. So,
hold on, isn't Clark County still in the state of Washington?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then the state laws apply.
Yes, it is. And that's why 10 minutes ago, myself and Commissioner Milkey made an emergency exemption, which is going to go to a public hearing to change our code to make Christmas tree stands a part of the egg market stand. So we've directed code enforcement 2 minutes ago to contact the girl and let her be legal.
Cease and desist. I love it. Now, see, that is so impressive, Commissioner Bolt, because not a couple of months ago, a few months ago, we had this Paul Savas on, who's from the Clackamas County Commission, and he explained to us that he couldn't go down and tell the county workers or the county departments how to do business, even when he thought they were breaking the law. You've actually said within the law, you're going to make it possible for this young lady to run her Christmas tree stand.
Yeah, I've already heard from our permit staff that they appreciate that and are excited to do it.
That is fantastic. Now, here's the thing. I want to know something. I'm glad to hear that you've cleared up this for this young lady, because she sounds like quite an entrepreneur. She's very well-spoken. She writes well, and it sounds like she has her ducks in a row. And so I guess I'm just wondering, what do you think about the idea that people will use this? You know, one commercial competitor will use it to try and put a competing competitor out of business.
Well, that's kind of nature of laws in our country. One competitor will use code for another, and it's fairly obvious that the person who called in, from my understanding, knew our code almost better than we did. So that's what we do. But the other part is that's why people are involved like you, and when you don't like it, come to us to change the code, and hopefully we'll be responsive to change the code like we did.
Do you know how excited I am that David Medor is going to be joining you folks on the commission?
Well, I won't be here, but
I know. But at least he's taking your place, because one of the things I've talked to him about before his election and then subsequent to his election, do you think it's possible for counties to have the guts to sit down and take their codes and say, do we really need to have regulation on this kind of stuff anymore? Is it ever possible to get fewer rules instead of more rules every year?
Well, I think so, and I think it's going to take some counties to risk, litigation from the state to really push this, especially on stormwater and a few other things.
Oh, yeah. In fact, somebody brought up the other day, there was a guy who got thrown in jail in Southern Oregon because he stole the state's rainwater out of the sky. And he got thrown in the hoosegow for 30 days. I mean, those kinds of things drive people crazy when the state says, we own the rain. You know, we own the air. You can't sell Christmas trees, things like that.
Yeah, well, I think it takes citizens to stand up, and I think when the commissioners see that, they respond, because we're closer to probably the people than the state legislature.
Yes?
The Christmas thing that he's doing, you know, Jared.
Yeah.
Do we want it photographed and videotaped? It might be on the news.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Okay. And it's for the kids in the family, not, you know, adults, it looks like.
Oh, that's fine.
That's a whole bunch of stuff listed for him, and then it has siblings.
Okay, so just Justin. Don't do Angela and Zach. So.
Well, I figured that. Well, I kind of wonder if I'm doing the other and just do our sizes instead.
No, don't take advantage of the system. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Most of the stuff is his. He gets shoes or boots, pants, shirts, socks, underwear, pajamas. I'll see the list, a couple other things, and then siblings just get a couple clothing items.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Then you get some free coats and free stuff from sponsored whatever too, so.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Lots more. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A t-shirt I tossed off somewhere, and I found a pair of socks that weren't in the laundry bin, and I picked them up. Now, what if I found out that if I left my dirty clothes laying around the house every day, Tina would just dutifully pick them up? Believe me, I'd hear about it, but would pick them up and put them in the wash. Well, pretty soon you figure out, like kids figure out, I'll just leave all my dirty clothes around the house, Mom will pick them up. When Mom says, Mom ain't picking them up, you pick them up and put them away, then the kid does it for himself. But if he found out that some mom was just so compliant that she just said, well, I'll do it, and I'll make sure all your shirts and clothes are folded, and your bed is made for you, and your dinner is made for you, and the dishes are done for you, then you're not going to do for yourself. And government does this in spades. I mean, the Great Society, the New Deal, all the rest of this stuff, it has all created a population that continues to think, well, I'm not going to do that for myself. If my mom gets old enough, Medicare will pay to put her in a nursing home. We don't have to take care of her. And I'm telling you, these kinds of government programs that sound so warm and fuzzy, don't you want to take care of older people, Lars? Yeah. But I think the best way to take care of older people is to have families take care of them. But if the government steals your paycheck and says, we're going to take care of them, then you begin to develop this attitude of, well, okay, they're already taking a big chunk of my paycheck, and they've promised to take care of Grandma. Why should I bother to do it? And now that we've got people who are on unemployment, we've got the Obama administration bragging about the wonderful recovery we're supposed to be in the middle of, and at the same time talking about extending unemployment benefits. Well, why would you extend unemployment if we're supposedly in a mode where there are a lot more jobs that are going to become available for people who are unemployed? But unemployment is a great way to convince people not to go look for a job, and it's the God's honest truth.
Well, and not only that, Lars, unemployment has made it so that people don't
Why would they? Yeah, why would they?
Unemployment.
They know that if I can get 2 years of unemployment, why would I put aside a dime for emergencies? The government's going to send me a check when I'm unemployed. The government's going to send me a check when I'm sick or when I'm disabled or when I feel bad about myself. When my self-esteem is wounded, somebody in government will send me a check, to the point where Jim Huffman, I don't know if you heard him or not, but here's the comfortably retired, without getting into his personal finances, but a man who retired very nicely. He had put money in his retirement account for 40 years. He's comfortably retired, and here's the Social Security joker saying, well, let's sign your kids up for welfare. Because really, at that point, that's what it is. It's welfare. Because here's a dad who's perfectly capable of taking care of his kids himself financially, and the government says, oh no, we'll send you a check. Well, when you take that kind of message, I think the best example of this, Jeff, on a really sort of unique scale, but involving millions of people, you remember Hurricane Katrina, right?
Yes.
And there was a to-do when people said, well, now we've got tens of thousands of people whose houses were wiped out, who didn't bother to have insurance on them, even though many of them had paid-off houses. God bless, that'd be the American dream to have a paid-off house. So when the people in California started hearing, well, the government is building new houses for the folks who live below sea level in New Orleans, they said, well, and they called their insurance agents. And we heard from insurance agents in California who said, we're having people drop their earthquake insurance because they just realized if the big one really does come and knock my house down, why, Uncle Sam will buy me a new house. Back in just a moment. You've got the Lars Larson Show. Portland's best traffic right here from Jeremy Scott, who's not on welfare, but he is on traffic on FM News 101.
He's not yet, Lars.